The Maasai Mara, considered by many to be the greatest reserve on earth, home to endless grasslands and African creatures, both great and small, home to the greatest migration on the planet and breathtaking landscapes. It is truly a photographer's paradise. Behind the scenes, ensuring this remarkable place is preserved for generations to come, you will find people who have dedicated their lives to protecting this landscape. We are proud to have partnered with the 6 conservation partners, each playing a vital role in safeguarding the Maasai Mara. The unkempt, tailor-fanned, protecting wildlife and enhancing the lives of the communities who share their land, maintaining the delicate balance between conservation and community development in the Mara through anti-poaching and wildlife rescue patrols, providing academic opportunities for the youth by building schools and educational support, and women's empowerment projects to create sustainable opportunities for those who need them most. The Mara Elephant Project, focusing on Africa's largest land mammal with the goal of a stable elephant population coexisting peacefully with people. This is achieved by combining boots-on-the-ground ranges with applied research and collaborative approach to stop poaching, conflict, and habitat loss. Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, perhaps best known for its elephant orphan rescue and rehabilitation program, but its reach is far greater, providing emergency assistance to animals in need and community outreach for the betterment of all species. Mara Conservancy, the driving force behind the success of the Mara Triangle, with a team of men and women who tirelessly fix roads, build bridges, protect wildlife, and relentlessly combat poaching. The Mara Trust, spreading the benefits of wilderness protection to local women and children by creating sustainable livelihoods, furthering education, and improving access to necessities such as clean water. Angama Foundation, doing well by doing good by doing well, using micro donations to make a huge difference, supporting communities by investing in healthcare, education, and conserving wildlife. Now, more than ever, these organizations need our help and support. This is the opportunity for photographers to unite and become ambassadors for the landscape that they so love, to use their craft to give back to animals and the people that call the Mara home. Through the powerful medium of photography, we can and we will help our silent heroes.
During our afternoon game drive, the light quickly dimmed as storm clouds and rain moved in. What little light there was, however, was extraordinarily dramatic. So Linkoko and I decided to concentrate on chasing the light rather than searching for wildlife. We came across this dramatic Kenyan sky with a slash of light in the foreground, a curtain of rain in the middle distance, and sunlit clouds in the background. And bringing the scene to life, a small group of elands quietly resting, almost posing for us in the foreground. One of my photographic goals on this safari was to take some photos that gave equal weight to both the wildlife and their habitat. I hope this photo achieves that by illustrating the quiet stillness with which the elands and most of the Mara's wildlife largely pass their days, as well as the vast and tranquil beauty of the Mara savanna.
Mara is usually sought after during the migration season, but when it rains during the monsoon, it is a totally unique and magical Mara. The frames are different, the mood is different. So this particular image was taken during the monsoon. So one day it was heavily pouring. We went to looking for the lions. We found the Black Rock males, the whole pride with a kill. Then we locked our eyes on one of the males, and since it was heavily pouring, there's a tendency that they might shake off the water every now and then. So we angled ourselves properly with a green background and waited, and yeah, he just shook it off, and then it was like these stars in the sky.
On this day, our guide, Jamlik Narori, who is an excellent driver, took us out on an afternoon drive, and he knew about some lioness that had her cubs hidden somewhere along a little stream. So we waited till sunset, and the very last light was about to disappear when she finally took her young ones and relocated them. The mother was moving one by one for about 100 meters in quite a fast trot, but this gave us the opportunity to get a good shot, as well as just enjoying this precious moment, not only through the lens, but also just with the bare eye. It was very much worth a long wait in the heat, and it made a great moment I won't forget.
That morning, we decided to follow 4 cheetahs on the hunt. We followed them for hours. We passed herds of topis, gazelles and zebras. We knew that something was going to happen when, 6 hours later, Jackson whispered, "They are going for the zebras." I was convinced they would attack the topis or gazelles dotted across the valley. Seconds later, the cheetahs burst into a small group of zebras. One cheetah ran towards us, clinging onto a foal. In those seconds, I took this picture of a mother zebra launching a last attempt to push her foal away from the attacking cheetah. She failed. I will remember those last seconds for the rest of my life.
We just crossed over to the Mara Triangle, and we came across a couple of cheetahs resting under a tree. The sky was dark. We knew a storm was coming, and sure enough, it wasn't but a few minutes before the rain starts pelting down really hard. And of course, that got us excited, and we were clicking away. We got several images of the cheetahs looking directly at the camera, and normally that's what you want, that connection, right? But what I really liked was the image here, where the cheetah closed his eyes, looked up, and you just get that dreamy feeling, and you wonder what he's thinking.
Every photographer longs for that magic spell where you and your subject connect as one. In my case, this is with the King of the Mara. It was almost sunset, and the light was quickly diminishing when I saw this lion, so majestic, so still, but only for a fleeting moment. Faced with a creature so wildly beautiful, I almost forgot why I was there. In that second that I clicked the shutter of my camera, as if 1,000 times, I knew that there would be one shot that would freeze exactly the same golden moment that would bring me back to this intense memory forever. And in my heart, this is the one.
Like it all happened in a second, if you will. The lion stopped as if it was beginning to think. Not sure why it stopped, but it stopped for maybe a second. There was another vehicle there which put the light on, and it gave me that backlight, and I just took 2 photos at that point. This was, I think, very low, shutter speeds. I did not know if I got anything. And then the lion continued to move. It so happened that at that brief instant, few things came together. Like the backlight came together, came in, which was unexpected. The rain, of course, completely unexpected. The other interesting phenomenon that happened at the time was there was steam coming off of the lion, a little bit of steam coming off of the lion and off the ground because it had just started raining, I guess. There was steam coming off of that. So that added a little bit to the unevenness of the scene in terms of the drama, if you will, which was not expected at all.
A game drive in the Mara can always turn out as an emotional roller coaster ride. Our guide Ben discovered a giraffe with her newborn calf, still wet and very unsteady on its long legs. However, 2 lionesses had also noticed this and were lurking in the high grass, trying to separate the baby from its mother. When one of the lionesses started her attack, which you can see in my photo, it seemed clear to me that the little one had already lost its fight. However, the courageous mother kicked at the lionesses and chased her away. The brave baby got back to its feet, and as it became more secure, mother and calf galloped off and disappeared into the horizon. When I took a closer look at the images, I discovered all these incredible details: the focused eyes, the claws digging into the neck, and the baby's innocent face. This is what photography is all about to me. Visualize details which happen way too quickly for the human eye. The fact that the baby survived in the end inspired me to the title Miracle.
It was an action-packed day, spent photographing river crossings at the Mara Triangle. Just as we were making way back to Ishara, we noticed thick smoke and orange hues in the distance. It was a result of controlled burning. As we approached, we noticed a herd of zebra on the horizon, creating striking silhouettes against the backdrop of the flames. Our mother and her foal were slightly off to the left, sharing a warm embrace. This image was so striking and a profound representation of the boundless love between a mother and her young, even amidst the chaos unfolding around them. A moment of pure emotion that I couldn't let slip by.
To say more about my image titled Run, my guide, Zami Kaleko, and I saw rangers begin a controlled burn. We drove over to the area to watch the process, thinking there could be interesting opportunities for images of the event. The dry grass ignited into towering flames, billowing smoke, and flying ash within minutes. Lots of drama. But when a tower of giraffe came running out of the smoke at full speed, the dramatic environmental scene took on a sense of urgency. I knew I was witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime moment, that magic right place, right time that every wildlife photographer works for. I immediately stood up and took a sequence of shots from the top of the safari vehicle. Luckily, the giraffe were fast enough to get out of harm's way.
Shravan, what I have to tell you is that you are the winner of the 2023 photo competition.
I can't believe it. Thank you very much, but I can't believe it. I think this is entirely because of George. George is my guide, or was my guide. And George and William. William is the spotter. George, William, and I have been on several drives, and I only entered this competition, to be honest, because of two reasons. Okay, There are a lot of photo competitions in the planet. I do not compete. I do not submit to any competitions at all. This is the first one. And I submitted to this because of two reasons. One, because your primary focus is conservation of what I believe is a very precious ecosystem, the Mara. I've been to the Mara many times. I love the place. There's nothing else in the planet as far as I'm concerned, as far as, as I see in Mara, okay? And the other reason why I submitted is because you're the only competition who doesn't focus on the photographer or the photo alone. You focus on the guide. To me, the guide is extremely, extremely important because he or she gets us in the position of being able to see things, but also they represent the Mara very proudly, every one of them. I've had many guides and they represent the Mara very proudly. And they also educate us in terms of behavior. I think those are the two elements that you bring together in this competition. That's why I submitted.